This is full squad.
Roll.
You. Oh. Gentle arm. Me. This is full squad. The Admiral rumors. He's up. Dismiss. Sure. The make. Get on your side.
Yeah, go ahead and kick it on over there, Gearbox. All right, yeah, let's go ahead and get this party started. Boom chakalaka. It is Monday. Hey there, geeks, nerds, dorks, even normies, whatever you like to call yourself. I don't care. And welcome to the House of G, home of the original geek and the original gamer. Doggy. Yeah, it is that time of the week, Monday. And happy Memorial Day out there. And especially if you have a loved one or whatnot that has served in the military and has passed away. This day is for, to remember those folks that are no longer with us, that have served our country so diligently and faithfully. For those of you that are, still around to remember those folks, well, I just want to thank those that are no longer with us for their sacrifice. Let's put it that way. I'm not always the most eloquent when it comes to stuff like that. Hopefully get the message across there. As a two-time veteran, yeah, it's believe me, I have nothing but respect for those that have served our country and are no longer with us here. So, yeah, it's just let's remember them on this Memorial Day here in Chakalaka. All right, let's go ahead and get into it here. So yeah, today it's going to be Aliens versus Predator versus Spawn versus Boba Fett of Star Wars fame. So yeah, like I said, it is Monday. Let's go ahead and kick it off here. Not the typical Monday. It's, most people probably have the day off and everything. So yeah, if you're spending your time with your friends, family, loved ones, I hope you're having a good day today. Especially being the day that it is. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it here. So for those who might be new to the stream, yeah, I've been going through my collection here. I've had a stack of comic books that need bagged and boarded and properly stored. Life's been a little chaotic, somewhat nomadic, so it's been a little difficult maintaining any kind of collection, let alone something as potentially delicate as, say, a comic book collection. So I'm very grateful and fortunate to still have my collection at all at this point. So that's what I've been doing here in the House of G, going through my collection here, getting these bad boys put into storage properly, and been going through each one, trying to get a feel for them, do a little analysis and commentary, contrast with modern comic books and whatnot. And let me tell you, it's been a lot of fun. It's also been very illuminating. Let's go ahead and begin here. So, one major aspect of collecting comic books is, well, the comic book box. I managed to stumble across some really nice boxes here. In this case, we've got the Transformers Moments the High. And just as a whole another dimension to comic book collecting, let me tell you, it's a lot of fun. This thing is getting full, so it's getting a little bit on the heavy side. So let's go and put that one down for now. And then on the lid here, it doesn't stop there. On the lid, we got one Optimus Prime cleaning the clock, and one Megatron. Too cool for school, if you ask me, and that's how it should be. Good versus evil. Good triumphing over evil, just kicking evil's butt across the galaxy, across the universe. Okay, there we go. All right. So let's go ahead and get started here. I should not do like that. Get over there. Get. Okay, let's go and start off with one Aliens versus Predator. Let's see here. Oh. Well, Aliens versus Predator. Booty. Gotta love that booty call. Okay, there we go. Yep. I got no idea what the booty is supposed to mean. We're gonna find out here, hopefully. It doesn't have the year or the date. Now, this is from Dark Horse Comics. One of them, a little more independent comic book companies. Definitely different from Marvel and DC, let's say. So, I'm pretty sure they're still around. But I would not be the least bit surprised if they went the way of Image. Image used to be, well, let's say it used to be pretty masculine in the way they told their stories. But modern Image has gone the way of the woke, so I would not be too surprised at all if a Dark Horse took the same road. But this is going back a ways. Let's see here. January of 1996. Okay, this should be interesting. Because this is, yeah, if you've been following the stream at all, then you know we have been connecting some dots and whatnot, creating a little bit clearer picture of the comic book industry, going back several decades. We know that at this point, somewhere between 94 and 96, something happened, especially with Marvel and DC. Took a turn for the worse, very sharp turn. So as far as Dark Horse goes, I honestly don't know. I think this is my first Dark Horse Comics issue that I've come across in my collection so far at this point. So I actually have no idea what to expect. Based on Image, what happened with Image, it finally hit that woke level of cringe and everything. So I'm thinking Image probably did the same thing, but however, we looked at some 1996 stuff from Image, and it was still pretty good stuff. So I'm hoping at this time frame at least, Dark Horse still hadn't succumbed to the woke nonsense and whatever. So let's go ahead and take a look, though. Take a closer look. You know, I'm not going to read it cover to cover, but we'll skip through it here, try to get an idea for the story and everything, what they're trying to go with. Now, as you can probably imagine, it's going to have something to do with aliens versus predators, fighting predators and whatnot, and humans caught in between. So I think that's a safe bet at this point. Let's see what the details are going on here. Boom, 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 boom. So, okay. Yeah, it's definitely taking place. Oh, you know what? Yeah. So unfortunately, having a pneumatic life, like I said, I'm very grateful just to have my collection. The state of this comic book, for the most part, is in pretty good condition. Except there's an actual tear down here at the bottom. I just noticed that. That's very unfortunate. So that definitely diminishes, as far as the value goes, the financial value of the comic book. It definitely takes a hit there. But like I said, I'm just grateful to have my collection, and so it just kind of is what it is at this point. And just it's all about, for me, it's about enjoying the stories, reading them, enjoying the characters, the story arcs. That's the real value for me. But I am trying to take care of them at the same time, so it does make me a bit on the sad side. Yeah, let's see here. So okay, yeah, it is taking place in space, as you might expect. So this is some point in the future. Let's go on. Well, hold on. Okay, so the big ship is the human ship, and that little ship is in fact the Predator ship, setting off alarms, but they are unable to detect the ship itself. From what I can tell. Oh. Well, it starts off with a bang, no doubt about that. Looks like, I don't know if they're soldiers or just armed security or whatever. Got a couple of guys on the ship doing their security sweep. Got the Predators, they're already on board. They take out the one guy at least and make their presence known to the other guy. It's not looking too good for him at this point. Yep. They take down the first guy. Second guy opens fire. Whoa, hold on. Wait, what happens here? Wait. Okay, so yeah, the remaining guard is fighting back and everything, but he gets taken down. Predators are doing the thing, and then there are the aliens. So the only thing I can figure at this point is that the aliens are actually, well, the humans are transporting the aliens, maybe, I think. And I think the Predators are coming after for the aliens, I think. Not 100%. It would make sense. I mean, based on the alien movies, with the corporation trying to capture these aliens and turn them into biological weapons of some sort. So that would fall in line with the movie canon and whatnot. And what is this? What? Wait, what is this? Wait. Okay, yeah, I just had to throw this in here. Yeah, okay. Okay. So this type of stuff just makes me stop and try to process what I'm looking at. It makes me face palm. Just at this point, it just makes me it's cringeworthy, and it just reminds me of why I bailed on comic books back in 2012. So far it hasn't been too over the top or anything, but it is in there. And naturally, the first image we get of this woman, she is doing some pretty heavy duty welding work right there, and very in this panel, very masculine looking, thick in a masculine sort of way, baggy pants. That, and the boots and all that. She looks like a man with boobs. That's what she looks like. So yeah, even Dark Horse, none of these companies were completely immune to this stuff. And this is back in 1996. So far, that's the first blatant, like, in your face type of imagery as far as all the woke stuff goes. But we'll see exactly where they're taking it. Now, here's an interesting contrast here. We got another image, same woman. She's on the ground. Now there, she looks far more feminine. Yeah, fit, athletic, but clearly feminine. She's lost a lot of that masculine the masculine contrast and everything. And then over here, it kind of comes back a little bit, but so the artist seems to be either confused or just not very consistent. I don't know. It's difficult to say. Yeah, I generally try not to read people's minds. I go off their work, and their work speaks for itself. So they're clearly, at the very minimum, confused, and definitely not completely consistent. But yeah, here we go. So yeah. So you got the Predators have released the aliens. Either, I mean, obviously they're looking to hunt the aliens, but I'm not sure. Hold on here. Let me take another look at something. I guess. I mean, I want to say that the human ship was transporting the aliens. Oh, okay, that's unfortunate. And yeah, the Predators threw up this net to keep the aliens from escaping. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, the Predators threw up that net to contain the aliens so they can fight them and everything. And then the human guard is still alive, the second one, but then the aliens escape. Boom. And, they finish off the other guy. So down go the two, strong male security guards. And then, conveniently, boom, right after that, you got the very masculine looking female doing the man's work. I'm guessing better than any man possibly could. That would be my guess anyways. And it's just very strange. Because then, if you look at this one, she's actually pulling up her welding visor. And, oh my God, look at that face. That's a very pretty, very feminine face right there. That's what I'm talking about. The artist is very confused. I mean, what is this? You got this. I mean, that's very clearly a very masculine-looking woman. Very clearly meant to depict that this woman is equal to a man from a visual perspective. Then you got this. Like that is not a man. That does not look like a man. That is very feminine, very female. I like this picture of her right there. I like that picture. She looks very pretty right there. But the other one, it's just like, no, it doesn't match up. It doesn't match up at all. And yeah. So at the very least, very confused artist. But in my personal, humble opinion, my guess is that they were pushing this whole woke stuff even back in 1996. Because if you've seen Alien or Aliens with Sigourney Weaver, very thin woman. She was not, did not look like this at all. So yeah, this is the exact opposite of what Sigourney Weaver represented in the movies. And just based on this one panel, this particular one's quite a bit more attractive, in my humble opinion. Let's just put it out there. And so yeah, then the aliens show up because the Predators have released them, and they happen to come across this woman who's welding and everything. And naturally she's going to fight for her survival, which she uses the welding torch to successfully ward off the alien creature, which for some strange reason, what? Okay, so she uses the welding device to cut off its tail. And then some other people are showing up. EB, clank, 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 clank. And then, oddly enough, the creature runs off. Like, I watched the movies and whatnot. I do not remember an alien just running off. Like, I guess maybe the injury startled it or something. I don't know. They just decided to run off. Even though normally, like in the movies and stuff, they seem to be pretty effective killing machines, so I'm just kind of curious there. Starts off the gate fast and furious. Action it ramps up and doesn't really slow down too much. That was kind of a slow point, and then boom. Yeah, she's got the Predator targeting system there on her neck, and the Predators have shown up for the fight. and it gets back. It just gets all hot and fast and furious all over again. Boom, boom, boom. Aliens fighting predators with humans trapped in between. Wow. Yeah. It's as brutal as you might expect. And then, yes, artist is very confused. Very confused. The female welder, her name is Evie. So this other dude shows up, and he's lifting up this huge tank. And I don't know if it's full of fuel or whatever. And Evie's all like, "Ooh, strong man." Let's see. "Ooh, strong man, flex for me, honey. Flex for me, honey." So the very first image of Evie, she's looking very masculine looking, but then you got the scene here, and she's being very womanly. Like, "Ooh, big strong man. Ooh, yeah, show me those muscles. Show me those muscles." Just, just all like, she's being womanly, feminine, flattering him, complimenting him on his masculinity. The other woman's, I think that's a woman. This other, oh my gosh. So you got Evie. In this moment, she looks very womanly. And then you got the other character to the right there. That is a woman. It doesn't look like one, but that is that second character on the right with the gun. That is also a woman. Doesn't look like one, but it's supposed to be. And I think, wait a minute. No, it's a dude. Wait a minute. I guess that is a dude. Hold on. Wait a minute. What? I honestly thought that was a chick. Like the first. Oh my lord. Like the features just. Some of the, like when the character first popped up, the features were kind of just androgynous almost. Because I've seen female characters look like this. Right here. That's the first image. I actually thought that was a female. I mean, that's how screwed up comic book art has gotten. Like and this is still 1996, but I'm still I got a lot of like the whole modern stuff that's still rattling around upstairs because once you see it, you can't unsee it. And yeah, I legit thought that was a woman, but apparently I think it's actually a man. Because then you got this image right here. That one, yeah, that narrow profile shot in the middle. It looks like it could be a woman. This artist might have just been confused about human biology, maybe. Let's put it that way. Not sure. This is, like I said, this is the first issue, Dark Horse title that I've gone through here so far. And 1996, right after the weird change in the comic book industry took place, a very drastic change. So I don't have anything to compare it to as far as Dark Horse Comics goes. But as far as especially Marvel and DC, though, this is a very strange time. See, that's actually a dude. Okay, copy that. The other dude's like, "Evie, will you cut it out?" He's like, I don't know if he's jealous or just trying to keep her focused. Maybe both. At the very least, he's trying to keep her focused because they're in the middle of a combat situation, and she is clearly distracted by the dude's big old manly muscles and everything. Okay. Let's see here. I miss the good old days when you could just pick up a comic book and read it, not have to dissect it. Look at it through the modern lens of pop culture, modern SJW nonsense and whatnot. I miss the good old days. I could just pick it up. If it didn't make sense from purely logical, sane standpoint, it was low key enough. I could just brush it off and ignore it. Now we're looking at it through 30, 40 years of comic book history, plus life experience and whatnot. And yeah, it just definitely takes on a different different hue, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, so yeah, the fight rages on. These three characters are trying to survive. They're trying to figure out what's going on top of everything. I'm not sure about the aliens. Like, I want to say they had the aliens in their hold, but hold on. I want to know if they were carrying these things, or if they even knew. Yeah. Oh. Here we go. We have confirmation. So those the two soldiers at the beginning, they were in fact Space Marines, and yeah, the Marines were transporting the bugs, the xenomorphs, the aliens. I'm assuming for the corporation that wanted to. I don't remember the Wayland Corporation, was it? And I'm guessing that was that's what's going on. So. Yeah, that part of the story is not too much of a surprise there. It's pretty standard for an aliens type dealio. And then, yeah, so the Predators track down the aliens on board this human spaceship with the Marines. They took out the Marines pretty fast. That's what the Predators do. They go after the strongest, take them out. Even though natural predators will go after the weakest prey. It's very fascinating. These are not, they are sentient creatures, so it's a different story for them. Well, they're sentient creatures. Plus, they just, that's what they do. They hunt. They're going for the strongest prey. That's what they do. That's their entire society. It seems like, well, from what I understand about it, anyways. Boom shakalaka. The fight continues. Is that a queen? Okay, I think they actually do have a queen on board. What? Wow. And the Predators want the queen. Yeah, we got a queen on board here, and they're not killing the queen. They're taking it. They're taking it alive. So my guess is they want to breed these aliens for sport. That's why they want the queen. That might be why they targeted this ship to begin with. Wait a minute. What? So one of the Predators notices these humans in the side corridor and whatnot, approaches the humans, takes his masks off. Naturally, he gives it to Evie. He doesn't give it to the men. He gives it to Evie. Why? I don't know. Being Predators, you would think that they go after the strongest prey. You'd think they would give it to the stronger of the group, which would be the big old muscular dude that she's like drooling over. No, he gives it to Evie, the woman, the smallest of the bunch, the weakest looking of the bunch. Makes no sense from a logical standpoint, but whatever. I mean, when it comes to woke nonsense, logic and reason goes out the window. So, what the funk you going with? So she puts on the Predator mask and takes off after the Predators. Let's find out here. No, we can't find out because that's the end. Wait a minute. Okay, so they're going after... Okay, so that's the end of the story. Predators leave with the queen. The Predators are successful in their mission. For whatever reason, the Predator... What? Wait a minute, what? This is not making... Okay, I just noticed this one part. Still doesn't make any sense, really. So, okay. I mean, this is a little... At least there's a tiny bit of logic here. So the Predator gives her his mask in exchange for her welding mask. So he exchanges it as like it's sort of a trophy swap type of situation, without either one killing the other. I don't know if it's his way of saying thank you for the sport, thank you for holding on to these aliens for us, so we can do our thing. I don't know. So at least it's not as blatantly like just, but it's still just kind of. Don't know. Back in the day, I didn't think anything. I didn't think twice about it. Now I gotta question it. So still. At least back in the day, at least at this point, they try to give a somewhat logical reason for it. It wasn't just because she had the mask and he traded masks with her. There's at least some attempt at a logical explanation, a logical reason for why he's giving the mask to the woman, who is the weakest of the bunch. Predators respect strength. Jimmy Cricket, man. I don't know. It's an alright issue. It's nothing groundbreaking. Typical Aliens versus Predator. It's they slapped together a story. Booty. Okay, so Booty. Yeah, the subtitle is Booty. And I'm guessing it has to do with the fact that the Predators are basically behaving as pirates in this situation. They're stealing the aliens from the humans, and they do kill some human marines in the process. So they're definitely not friends. Jiminy Cricket. And she explicitly refers to them as pirates. So it just says the end. It doesn't say anything about being continued. It's not like issue number 1, nothing like that. So I think it was a one shot. Pretty sure. I mean, yeah, it's just subtitled Booty. There's no, issue number, nothing like that. Yeah, so fairly, it's all right. It's all right. It's not bad. It's just the artist is definitely on the confused side, it seems like, and regarding human biology. And then there's that one somewhat questionable scene at the end where they, at the very least, they attempt to provide a logical plot device to, justify it. So it's not completely woke in your face woke, but there are hints of it. And the story itself is fairly generic and whatnot. It's a one shot. They're here for the queen, whatever. I don't know if that fed into anything else after the fact. Not a clue. Maybe there was another one shot or another title that they created that continued the story. So in and of itself, it's all right. It's a little, honestly, it's a little on the flat side. It's just kind of, I think contrived is the word that I'm going for here. They wanted a one shot, a reason to pit the aliens versus the Predators and everything, and they came up with it. So if you enjoy Aliens versus Predator, you'll probably enjoy this. It's a fun little story and whatnot. It's nothing epic and groundbreaking. They slapped it. They pretty much just slapped it together for fun, seems like. And at the end here, we do have a 3-page preview of Aliens Mondo Heat. Gotta love it. You got the big, strong, masculine dude and the very femininely, womanly looking female characters there. Yeah, it's a nice image. The artwork is a little on the campy side, I guess you could say. It starts off. She looks like Laura Croft, man. I don't know about the other chick. I think she's wearing. I think it's a miniskirt. Wait, what? Whoa, hold on here. Oh, okay. I see what they're doing. I think. Yeah. So yeah, it was Dark Horse back in the day, 96, right about the time where things got really weird in comic books. And I mean, you can see like little hints of potential wokeness and everything. Definitely hints on wokeness at minimum. But I think there was still the women still pretty much acted like women, and then the men for the most part acted like men. And you got this little 3-page preview thing. Starts off, you got the two chicks looking pretty nice there, if you ask me, even though the artwork is a little on the campy side. That one on the left, I would say inspired by Laura Croft. The one on the right, she's wearing a mini skirt, short skirt type deal. I don't know who she's supposed to. Very southern country girl looking. Interesting in space, so it's very interesting. But yeah, hey, I like the look. I'm not complaining. Not complaining. And then you got the big strong dude, and the aliens are outside trying to get in, and they're like, what? You know, they're bickering, like, what are we gonna do? And then so he's putting on this heavy weapon gear or something like that, and they're helping him out. And the one chick is like racing around behind him to help clasp the belt, or whatever. She's like, so who's Sally? So, you know, it's still got that that nice man and woman flirtatious type thing going on, you know. Back before it was canceled by modern woke culture. So, I mean, it's still got some nice elements of masculinity and femininity. So you got to give him credit for that. And then you get the money shot here. He's got the huge freaking cannon. We're ready. The aliens are breaking in, and he's ready to lay waste. It says a 3-page preview of what was it? Aliens Mondo Heat. I never picked it up. It's definitely on the campy side. Yeah, it is advertised as a one-shot. So they seem to... Dark Horse seemed to like to do the one-shots. I don't know if this is a like completely common thing throughout their run of doing this. I don't have as many Dark Horse comics, so I can't really say exactly what. But you know, if this is an example of it, then you know it was definitely more on the not woke side. Definitely catered to like, you know, masculine male characters and feminine female characters for the most part. That one image of that woman Evie at the very start, that was definitely a hint of wokeness, or at least a very confused artist, let's put it that way. But at this point, at least 1996, it wasn't like over the top, like in your face woke. So that's something at least. I'm gonna look up Dark Horse after and everything, and I would bet dollars to donuts that Dark Horse has gone the way of the woke, much like Image has. Like, oh my gosh, I looked up Image after the last stream. I mean, it's just like the webpage is just, it screams just woke and cringe and just anything you can think of. And there you have it. Aliens versus Predator from Dark Horse Comics. One shot booty. Gotta love the booty call. The Predators show up for the alien mother booty call. Humans are stuck in between. And yeah, there you have it. Just a fun little one-shot romp with lots of carnage and whatnot. Just, you know, the story's a little flimsy, but it is what it is. I've read far worse, let's put it that way, especially in the modern age of comic books. All right. So let's go and continue here. So we got Aliens versus Predator versus Spawn. Dun, dun, dun. Image Comics, number 11. I want to say this is probably 94, 95, 96, 1990s. 1990. Oh, June of 1993. Interesting. Okay, so this is actually another year pushing past that 94 and 96 range. So I'm actually curious about this one. Let's go ahead and take a look at it here. Condition's pretty good for the most part. Yeah, not near mint, but it's in pretty good condition, which is always nice. And so Spawn, number 11, Image Comics, doing this thing, bunch of soldier looking dudes, and it looks like they're getting down and dirty. Huh, interesting. Two different uniforms, like green one, and then these other guys have like blue with like purple trim or something. Interesting. Got no idea. So let's see here. Yeah, starts off with Spawn and dude. Who's this dude? It looks like it's continuing from issue 10, and Spawn is having some sort of hallucination type deal or something like that. His buddy's there trying to snap him out of it. He finally does. He's like, hey, blah, 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 blah. That's one thing about the Image Image series. They did have a sense of humor. They would crack jokes and whatnot. And Spawn mentions something about a talking aardvark. What was the name of the aardvark? I can't. Oh man, I remember the character and everything. I can't remember his name. He was a talking aardvark. That's what he was. Yeah, but he says hallucination. Something about demons, new age girls, really mean angels, and a talking aardvark. That's just a really nice little thing. And he smoked too. Yeah, that was the cool thing about Image. They weren't afraid to crack jokes. They weren't afraid to throw puns in there, and that did make it entertaining on a different level. Yeah, so which definitely helps when we have such a dark comic book title. So what is happening here? Yeah, something. The whole thing just blows up. Boom. Spawn's getting smacked around and whatever. He gets hit with the blast. There's a woman there. I don't know where she came from. She looks like she's in a soldier's uniform. She gets hit. He gets. I think she's down. Oh no, she's still alive. She's still alive. What we got? This. Some new dude comes. He's the one that took the shot. Very big looking dude with a funky looking gun. And then there you have Spawn with a big old gaping hole in his chest. Seems to happen to him a lot where he's got stuff going on. But he's still kicking. Still kicking. And I guess the guy runs off. Yeah, he just runs off. Okay. And he has to, Spawn, yeah, he's got this big old gaping hole, and he has to use his Hellspawn energy, his powers to heal himself and everything. He tries to use his Hellspawn powers as little as possible because once he runs out, he goes back to hell. So his time on Earth is very limited, very finite. That was one of the interesting aspects of the character. It's like you know that he has a time limit, but you don't know what it is. That's all up to the creator. He decides when it's time for Spawn to go. He decides that, just like any creator, but in this case, he decides when Spawn's time is literally up. And so yeah, it added a interesting dimension to the Spawn character. What the what? Well, so that big old boomer dude. I mean, it literally said boomer, so apparently that was like a play on words as far as like big guns and stuff like that. As big as that guy was, there's always a bigger fish. So you got this other guy just towering over that guy who's towering over everybody else. Don't know who he is, but apparently the other guy failed his mission, so he's paying the ultimate price for his failure. That type of military situation. I'm glad I never served in that kind of military, Jimmy Cricket. Yeah. And yeah, without actually sitting down and reading it, there's a lot of stuff going on. But by and large, it is entertaining. Oh, what? Yeah, there's some. Okay, it's almost like there's 2 different mercenary units or something like that. I'm not really. Like I said, I'm not reading it word for word, panel for panel, page for page. Yeah, there's definitely like it's like 2 different mercenary units or something. One of them's supposed to be good, one of them's supposed to be bad or something. And the chick was from the good one, and there's like a whole bunch of these dudes, and they're all like, I guess she did die. and they're all like they're not happy about it. Her comrades. So it looks like might be about to get really ugly. Possibly. As you would expect from Spawn. And wow, they got some pretty crazy weaponry right there. It's like this gauntlet pops out with all these little mini blasters. Yeah, I probably don't want to be looking down those barrels. And he's blaming Spawn for the chick's death or something. Misunderstandings are to be expected with this type of story. So. And yeah, some sort of war between two different factions. Oh, here we go. And they're finally meeting face to face in this alley. So you got, I don't know who these guys are supposed to be. They got like this crazy advanced weaponry. Not a clue at this point because like I said, I'm not reading them word for word. And it's about to get very ugly. All nerds will die tonight at midnight. Wait, what? What? Wait a minute, nerds versus creeps? Okay, so one faction is called nerds, the other one is called creeps. So he draws both of them out. He uses his hellspawn abilities. He goes to each camp. He's like, all creeps will die, all nerds will die. And they're like, what are you talking about? So they meet up. He draws them out into the alley. And then you get the bloodbath just rages on. Boom, boom, boom. The fighting settles down, and Spawn's like, okay, they should all be dead now. It's like, what? And, whoa. Okay, so a lot of bodies, and so they're both the creeps and the nerds wipe each other out. Except there's one guy left. He's a big old bruiser. It's like Byron rules the alley. Byron owns the alley. He's just a big dumb lug. He's the last man standing. So now he's king of the hill. And bam, Spawn's like he's looking to make sure this like ends for good. And he's all like, let's play Alien. I don't know if you can read that. He's like, let's play Alien. So I'm not going to show it because I don't want to get the stream slapped with a age 18 thing. But it's exactly what it sounds like. Spawn teleports, he disappears, he teleports, and then recreates the Alien chestburster scene. What? Wow. That's yeah. Gruesome to say the least. It is a bit on the see here's the thing. There's like people raving about The Boys and about Invincible and whatever. Here's the thing. This is a bit on the gruesome side, but it's not like super blatantly gory. It's given like this comical. I don't know how they did it, but they put like this comical spin on it. So it's like it's definitely on the gruesome side, but it's not like. I mean, there's a lot of red, but it's not like it's not like you see what you see in Invincible or The Boys. It's not that level of just obscene levels of just human dismemberment. It's still a bit much for me, but it's not at that level, and that's probably the only reason why I didn't read more of it. Like I know some people are obsessed with that kind of imagery, just human beings being torn apart. Never understood it, but This was at least at a level that was not overly it wasn't nearly as bad as it is today in some of these comic books. Let's put it that way. And that's it. So yeah, so just two different gangs, stray gangs or something like that. Yeah, creeps versus nerds. They were just fighting it out, wreaking havoc. So Spawn, he took it upon himself to end the gang war, Spawn style. Boom, there you go. As far as I can tell, pretty much a standalone story. This is part of the actual Spawn title, issue number 11. Yeah, standalone story. It was interesting. There were some funny parts and everything. Typical Spawn. Not bad. Yeah, this was what was it? 1993. So yeah, it wasn't a bad one. And just goofy. Some parts of it were just straight up goofy. And I enjoyed Spawn back in the day. I did, for what it was, And I didn't buy as many as I did, say, X-Men or something like that. But because the resources were limited for me, and I had to pick and choose which titles, as most collectors have to do. So while I enjoyed Spawn, it wasn't on my must-have list. Let's put it that way. So I picked it up when I could, and when I couldn't, I didn't lose any sleep over it, but it was a fun title for what it was. It could definitely be a little bit on the gruesome side, which is not my thing. Never has been. But it wasn't like Invincible or something. I've seen some scenes from the cartoon Invincible, and it's just like, no, it's not a comic book. At that point, it's not a comic book. It is something else. And there you have it. Boom, Spawn number 11. Ooh doggy. Just primarily issue number 10. I got no idea what's going down with issue number 10. Maybe it leads up to this. I don't know. But for the most part, at the very least, it works as a standalone story. You don't need to know what's going on before or after. It's just two gangs going at it, creating havoc, Spawn doing this thing. Even though he's been condemned to hell and he's made a deal where he can come back with this hell Spawn power and everything. He's trying to do good things. He's trying to find, even though he's condemned to hell, he's at least for himself, he's trying to find some measure of redemption, even though there is none for him. In the end, it's interesting character. It is. So there you go. Spawn number 11. All right, going into the box, ready for storage. Boom shakalaka. All right. And we're gonna go ahead and continue with Spawn number 13. All right, there you go. More Spawn. And the crazy, I think that, I'm not sure who that is. At first I thought it was the clown dude, the crazy clown dude, but I don't think that's him. Yeah, I'm not sure who that guy is. This is number 13, should be 1993. Maybe, yep, no, August 1993. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I just noticed this. So the very front, the first page and everything, you've got this, looks like a countdown timer. 7926. I think that's supposed to represent the amount of hell Spawn power that Spawn has available to him. Let me test that theory. That was 7926. So we're going to open up Spawn number 11. Take another look at it real quick, because I just noticed that. I have a sneaking suspicion. Maybe not. Nope, it did not have it. Okay. So it does not have that counter on this one. Interesting. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But yeah, for this one, it does not in fact have that counter on the first page here and everything. Looking after it, so it's got some of the stuff. Boom, boom, boom. But it goes right into the story. There's no countdown timer. Let's take another look at that one though. And I'm pretty sure I've got some more Spawn stuff in my collection somewhere. If I can remember that, I need to take a look and see if that timer's there, because it does look familiar. It is ringing a bell. So let's see here. Number 13. $7926. 7926. Hold on. Okay. This is from August, which would be, yeah, so it's not like the year or the date or anything like that. It's just 7926. I'm willing to bet that's got something to do with his power level. The amount of like Hellspawn power that he has available for him to use until he's returned to hell. I'm reasonably certain that's what it's got to do with. So yeah, I have to see if I got another spawn issue and stuff like that. See if that's continued throughout the series. This might have been the initial title run, maybe. Not sure. So this is 2 issues after that last one. Not sure what's going on yet. So yeah, we've missed a whole lot on the way back from the hospital. I don't know. Now here he does. Now in this front page, he does talk about how the devil told him that once his power is exhausted, he'll be banished from Earth forever. So yeah, he's very, very conscious of that fact. So he tries not to use his power unless he absolutely has to. And yes, it's a very interesting factor of the Spawn character. What is this? Kind of looks like a generic mutant turtle or something like that. I don't know who this guy is. What? He's acting like he's playing a video game. I'm really sure. Yeah, you got this mutant turtle wannabe ripoff character. It looks like he's playing a game, and the game like zaps out or something. Chapel. His name might be Chapel or Bedrock. Wait a minute. Oh, these guys. Yeah, they were in an Image superhero team. I can't remember. I don't remember the name of them off the top of my head. But yeah, it was an Image superhero team, Bedrock, and they got this guy. He looks extremely familiar. Yeah, I recognize these guys, but I don't remember the name of the team. So it looks like it might be a crossover between Spawn and this team here. That guy looks like he's from Wetworks. Yeah, what was the name of this team? What was? Oh man, I know I picked up a couple issues of them back in the day. I can't remember the name of them. Oh man, it's been such a long time. So apparently Spawn pops in, teleports in, and he pops back out, and he takes somebody named Chapel with him. Chapel, I know the name. I'm blanking on the character. Yeah, Spawn. He comes in, he takes Chapel for some reason. I guess we're gonna find out here. Chapel does. Is Chapel the? No, I think he's the guy that becomes Spawn. Yeah, I think Spawn's having like a flashback to when he was alive and he had his family. You know, he's married. He had his wife and daughter there. Actually, pretty nice looking wife. Yeah, he's got his daughter Cyan. So yeah, he was. You know, he was a family man. I think he was like a mercenary or something like that. He did some bad things and whatever. That's why he, ended up in hell. And so even though he's beyond redemption, he's trying to find his wife or something like that and make sure she's, I don't know, something. I don't remember if his wife and kid are even still alive at this point. I missed out on a lot on as far as the Spawn character goes. So he Spawn snags Chapel, teleports him out, and the guy's like, "What did you do?" And he's like, not feeling all that good. And Spawn's like, "Puking helps." When you're talking about like demonic, hell Spawn teleportation. It's probably pretty trippy, but yeah. So Chapel goes on the offensive. He's like, he doesn't feel like talking. He's just like, I want to kick his ass for whatever it is he just did to me. Spawn fights back naturally. He kicks his behind across the. Okay, so I think this is just a pinup type deal. Just to give you a nice shot of Spawn and everything. Actually, it's a pretty cool picture there. It doesn't really add to the story, but it's just it's a cool little thing. It may or may not. I don't think that's part of the story. Yeah, I think that's just a rain. That's one of the things they would like to throw in these random pinup type pictures throughout their comic books. It was actually pretty cool. Just a little bonus stuff, you know, for being a fan and everything. And oh, wait a minute, hold on. So apparently Chapel was connected to Al Simmons, who is also Spawn, while Al was still alive. I don't think Chapel has any idea who Spawn actually is. Yeah, there's a ton of like dialogue type stuff. Not really. Okay, so I think he's revealing himself to Chapel as Al Simmons, and as you might expect, Chapel is having a difficult time. Wait a minute. Oh, he calls. Okay, so Chapel and Spawn are facing off. Spawn refers to Chapel as the Don Juan of killers. He's like, what? Al? Because nobody calls him that anymore. Nobody. I guess that's just that's what Al Simmons called him when Al Simmons was alive. There's just a joke between friends, and that's when Chapel's like, "You're not real. You can't be." Naturally, he can't. He knows Al Simmons is dead. He can't. Naturally, the human mind can have difficulty accepting stuff like that, especially without evidence or proof. So it's like, you're not real. You can't be. Goes on the offensive. Boom chakalaka. Always. Okay, so. Okay, so he refers to Al Simmons as a traitor who's already died once. Let him rot now. So yeah, like I said, Al Simmons did some bad stuff. That's why he ended up in hell. Apparently did something so bad that was like treasonous. And hold on here. So something about HIV. Something about taking a serum. Apparently, like I know they were in the military or mercenaries, one of those. So Chapel's talking about how he took the serum and now he's got HIV. I don't know if that's the real world disease or if this is like a different type of affliction created for the comic book. I don't know on that. But yeah, some sort of serum. Al Simmons actually declined to take it because him and his wife were trying to conceive their child. So he picked his family over this experimental drug, which is a good choice on his part, but apparently not enough to. I don't know. Still ended up in a bad place. Let's put it that way. So they are having it out. Not only are they they're duking it out, but I mean they're jabbing at each other verbally back and forth. They're laying it all out on the table. Yeah, apparently there's a lot of bad blood between the two. Okay, so, wow, that was okay. So that was actually a fairly intense issue, and that's without reading it word for word. I would actually not mind going back and reading this cover to cover to get the full picture here. And yeah, they're hashing out. They're hashing out pretty hard. Spawn apparently popped in and snagged Chapel, teleported him away in order to have a face-to-face confrontation. Number one. To reveal himself that he's still alive. Well, in a manner of speaking. and that he still exists on the earthly plane. Let's put it that way. So Chapel and Al Simmons, they have history going back, and apparently quite a bit of bad blood, and they're don't know why Spawn is doing this yet. I without reading it word for word, I'm not sure if he actually told them why. All I know for sure is that Spawn and aka Al Simmons and this Chapel guy they got bad blood, and they apparently have his cortisol, because Spawn does talk about keeping this war on a personal level. You stole everything I cherished, everything I loved, time I even the score. So there's something going on between Spawn and Chapel. Like this, Chapel refers to Spawn as a traitor, but I don't know. It's got me a little bit on the intrigue side. Let's put it that way, because then it ends. His Chapel's that super team, that Image super team. They finally show up. They track him down and everything, and they're like, "Hey, what did he say?" Chapel's like, "Nothing." And he's got the Spawn. It's like a tracking device or something. He's holding it up, and he's alive, but he's looking a bit roughed up. And then it's the return of the Violator for the next issue. Yeah, that was actually not a bad issue. It brought together two characters from the Image universe, Spawn and Chapel, and it revealed a personal connection between the two, and it explains like all the so like, that's Chapel right there. See, he took some sort of serum. I don't know what the serum is. There's a lot of backstory here that I'm not aware of, that I'm not caught up on, but it was a decent story. It's actually got me a bit intrigued. I actually wouldn't mind picking up additional issues to find out exactly what's going on between the two characters. And keep something else in mind here, folks. Both of these characters are black dudes. These are black characters. He Spawn's kind of I don't know if I'd call him an anti-hero. It's difficult to really label, because he did bad things as a human being, but he's dead now, and he's back walking the earth as Spawn. So he's not. And he is, in his own way, he's trying to find redemption. It's something to do with his wife. I don't know if his wife and kid are still alive or not. He's trying to find his wife or something like that. But he's ultimately trying to do good things. I don't know if he's a hero per se, or more an anti-hero. I'm not quite familiar enough with Spawn to be able to make that determination. And after reading the Batman Spawn crossover, like, Batman was definitely not happy with Spawn's methods. Like, they were the two guys. They were bad guys, bad guys. Spawn was ready to just just let him up, literally. Batman was like, "No, you can't do that. You can't do that." He's like, "I'm gonna keep my eye on you. Keep my eye on you, Spawn. Keep my eye on you." So, these were bad guys, but he was still. He's not human anymore. So he doesn't really exist within human society and everything, but at the same time he does. So it's a fairly complicated character and everything. Batman's trying to keep him, basically trying to keep his humanity intact is what he was trying to do. And so I found that interesting. These are black. He's kind of a hero, almost more of an anti-hero, I guess. The whole anti-hero thing, I'm actually not sure what the actual set definition is for that. Like, I got a big idea in my head and everything, but I'm not sure. It's like somebody that's not really a villain, but they're not really a hero. It's just kind of some weird gray area that they created. I got no idea. Never really been a fan of it, to be honest. Not really. Not when you think about it. But yeah, he's like a pseudo-hero-ish, semi-heroic at least. Misguided. Like, he doesn't go after innocent people. If he hurts people, they're bad guys. And since he is already dead and he's a supernatural being at this point, it's kind of difficult to. You can't really classify him as a villain. necessarily. So I guess anti-hero would be the label for him, I guess. I don't know. I'd have to read up on it and stuff like that. But this issue, it was an interesting issue. The dynamics between Chaplin and Spawn were interesting. And it does actually make me want to read more. Now, like I was saying, these are black characters and everything. Modern comics always complain, not enough diversity, not enough representation. It's like, what the freaking crap are you talking about? There's all kinds of... these people are nuts, man. That's the point I'm trying to make. These people are nuts. The ones that are running the show nowadays when it comes to comic books. They're out of touch with reality and off the rocker. These asylums are running the nut house, let's put it that way. Joker is in charge of Arkham. I thought this was pretty cool. Yeah, the way they had the actual like power timer meter thing at the start. Like, yeah, it's like, yeah, letting you know that Spawn's clock is ticking. And yeah, I'm curious. Like, I would love to find another issue where they've got the timer and see if see what the numbers are looking like. Because I don't know. I mean, he was supposed to have a endpoint, because of that. I'm curious. Yeah, it just makes me curious. So I would not mind picking up more Spawn, especially with the current state of things, to get a better feel for the character and whatnot, and just have something fun to read, something that's at least on the fun side. I could say he's a bit of a tragic character. Did bad things, gone to hell. He's gonna pay the ultimate price, but he somehow had the opportunity to come back to Earth, and in that pseudo second chance, because it's like, I mean, he's beyond a redemption. It doesn't matter what he does, he's beyond redemption. But he's been given a chance of sorts to sort of make up for his sins he's trying to make up for his sins without any hope of actual redemption. That's what he's trying to do. So it makes him an interesting character. Because, like, how many people would actually do that? I'm guessing not too many. And yeah, he's a black character. So for them to say that there are, people aren't, it's the character himself. It's a very unique and original character. And they created him in a way that makes him interesting. So there you have it, Spawn number 13, after number 11. This story was definitely more involved. The last one that we looked at was just two random gangs, the creeps and the nerds, going at it, wreaking havoc, killing innocent people, and Spawn jumps in trying to resolve the problem, and he decides there's only one way to do it. So he antagonizes both of them, draws them together, and they literally just like slaughter each other. Problem solved. It's not the ideal way, but it solves the problem. And seeing as how Spawn is already, basically the undead, there's not a whole lot the human law enforcement can really do. It's a very strange situation, let me put it to you that way. Interesting character. Yeah, going through this, it does make me want to pick up some more Spawn issues that I missed out on, and to see what I've got in my collection as well. I do need to read these from cover to cover. We're just skimming through the stuff at this point, and it does make me want to sit down and read it. So, what was this? What year was this? 90. Wait a minute. I think that one was Dark Horse 96. It was like 94 or something like that. Yeah. So I'm trying to remember. I want to say this is the first Spawn title, like the very first Spawn title. So that, if that's the case, then Spawn started around 94-ish, something like that. And before all of the weird stuff, like the really, really weird stuff, the comic books took a hard turn into the weird stuff. Interesting. So yeah, it definitely makes me curious about getting some more back issues. Definitely would not mind doing that. There we go. Boom. Spawn number 13, bagged and boarded and ready for storage. And then we come to, last but not least, Star Wars Boba Fett, Twin Engines of Destruction. Boba Fett before, Boba Fett versus what looks like another Boba Fett for Mandalorian at the very least. Interesting. The armor looks very similar. The other one in the background, it's got more of an orange tinge to it, but that might just be because of the rockets. If that's the case, and they got very similar armor. You got Dengar down there, bottom of the page. What is that? I think that's the slave one. I want to say it's the slave one. Yeah, that is definitely the slave one. So I remember picking this up. I remember reading it. I don't remember anything about it though. Not in the best condition. It looks like maybe potential water damage. That is unfortunate. That kind of sucks. But it's 32 pages with. Come on, zoom in. No ads. Can you believe that? No ads in this issue. It's unheard of. No, a comic book, no ads, let alone 32 pages. Are you out of your mind? Oh yeah, and this is Dark Horse Comics. Okay, so this is our second Dark Horse Comics that we're going to be going over. At least in my collection. Let's see. January of 1997. So this is about a year after comic books in general took a weird turn. Let's go ahead and let's dive in. Let's take a look at it. The other one was Dark Horse Aliens vs. Predator. I think that was 1997. So it wasn't too crazy, weird, woke type stuff. A little generic, but there was one or two little issues. It was more confusing than anything. So we'll see if maybe this one's on the same level, but it is Star Wars, so hopefully let's find out here. All right. Yeah, Star Wars Boba Fett Twin Engines of Destruction. I think I remember enjoying this, but let's take a look at it. Timeline. Oh, it's even got the timeline. Now it's got the timeline. Star Wars timeline. It's got like different stuff that's been going on throughout the Star Wars universe and everything, including the extended universe. Can you believe that? Tales of the Jedi. So 5,000 BSW for before Star Wars 4 Episode of New Hope. So Star Wars 4 Episode of New Hope is the ground zero. And then, you got the Golden Age of the Sith, Fall of the Sith Empire, Dark Wars of the Sith, Freedom Net Uprising, blah, blah, Saga of Mummy, Sunrider, the Sith War, Droids, Classic Star Wars, Early Adventures, Classic Star Wars, Splinter of the Mind's Eye. I remember that one vaguely. Rivers of Chaos, Empire Strikes Back, Shadows of the Empire, Return of the Jedi, Rogue Squadron, and then Boba Fett, Twin Engines of Destructions is at 5 + 5 years after a Star Wars 4 A New Hope. Episode 4. So this is, but it's also 1 year after the Return of the Jedi. Keep that in mind. 1 year after 1 year plus after Return of the Jedi. Because if you remember from the movie, Boba Fett got knocked into the Sarlacc pit. He got knocked into the Sarlacc pit. This is 1 year after that fact. Keep that in mind. So it's good. Now there was a book. There was an actual like regular novel book dealing with bounty hunters, Star Wars bounty hunters, where it actually tells the story of how Boba Fett escaped the Sarlacc. So I'm curious to see if they touch on that in this this issue here. So let's go and take a look at this one. The planet Fluwaka. Got no idea. So it starts off in the planet Fluwaka. You can see it's taking place somewhere in the sky there. Got some flying creature with a detonator or something like that. Let's find out. Nostrick, I heard you were the best. I am better. Oh, wait a minute. So, as you might expect, this fella, this critter, this creature, sentient creature, there is a bounty on his head. And a high bounty. Dengar is after that bounty. But guess what? So is Boba Fett, and Boba Fett gets there first. Boom. Whoosh. Dun, 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 dun. This is at least 1 year after Return of the Jedi. He's looking pretty good there. He's looking pretty good there. So yeah, the New Republic has been established at this point. Boba Fett's all like, I don't like, he still refers to them as the rebels. He's like, I don't like taking rebel bounties, but a hunt is a hunt. Yeah, so he's changing with the times very reluctantly, but he recognizes the fact that the New Republic has been established, the Empire has been overthrown, and he needs work. He's a bounty hunter. It's what he does. So he's not happy about it. He clearly preferred dealing with the Empire versus the New Republic, which he still refers to as the Rebel. So they definitely, they definitely play that fact up a little bit here. And then, he's not the first one to go after this guy. And let's see here. So yeah, he's not the first one to go after this guy, apparently. Because as he's chasing him into this tunnel, there's a whole bunch of stormtroopers impaled on these in this spike pit trap. But Boba Fett has a jetpack, which helps him sidestep a similar fate. Dun dun dun. And then, guess who shows up to the party a little bit late there? Yep, Dengar. Dengar finally shows up, and he's all like, thinking he's gonna, snag this bounty before Boba. But Boba's already there. Gets the drop on him. He's like, "This is mine." Now they're kind of, I don't know if they're like buddies, but they're definitely on the friendlier side as far as bounty hunters go. Hold on here. Wait a minute. So yeah, Dinger says, "I probably saved your life, Boba Fett." After he puts a gun to his head, he's like, "I probably saved your life." So is he referring to the Sarlacc? Is he referring to the Sarlacc pit? Because when Boba Fett did escape the Sarlacc pit, Dengar was one of the... Was Dengar? I think there was somebody else involved, at least one other person. They found him at the Sarlacc pit and picked him up and everything and helped him, nurse him back to health or whatever. I think that's what he's referring to when he says, "I probably saved your life, Fett." Again. Wait a minute. Hold on. Again. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, what's going on here? I'm confused. Okay, hold on. Okay. So that's what happens when you're just breezing through it. So Dengar shows up, but Boba Fett's actually still hanging in the pit trying to get out of it. Dengar shoots the controls or whatever, and I guess that somehow helps Fett get out of the pit or something. I don't know. And that's when he's like, "Yeah, okay, you helped me out there, but it's still my bounty." So that's what he's referring to. "I probably saved your life, Fett." Again. So he did help save his life in when it came to the Sarlacc pit. But then he's reasonably confident that he did help save his life just now while he's hanging in the pit. But Boba Fett is still claiming the bounty. He's like, "No, it's still my bounty. It's my bounty." He still tagged the guy with the darts and put him to sleep, whatever. It's still his bounty. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on here. Hold on. Whoa. Time out. Back the truck up. Back the truck up. Okay, okay. So this is a new aspect of the story. Hold on. 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 I gotta read this because it's like, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so you get the cover here. You got Boba Fett versus Boba Fett. We're about to find out at least part of what's going on here. So, yeah, Dengar is thinking this guy's Boba Fett when he jumps in. But here's the thing. So yeah, he's Dengar's having like an inner monologue type deal while this is going on. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so he helps what looks like Boba Fett out of this situation and everything. It's like, I saved your life again. I probably saved your life again, Fett. Now, the guy, I don't know if he's Jimmy Cricket. Man, there's so much stuff I have missed. Size. When he says again, I'm not sure if this guy really picked up on that, or if this isn't the first. I don't think this. I think this is the first time that Dengar is coming across this guy. So I don't think this guy caught on to the fact that he said again. This guy pulls a blaster on him, and he's like, "That's not something Boba Fett would do. He would never pull a blaster on another bounty hunter. Well, almost never. It's not something he would do lightly, and especially not in this kind of situation." So he figures out that this guy is actually one Jodo Cast. I don't know who Jodo Cast is. Cast sounds vaguely familiar. Maybe just from reading this before. I don't know. But he's like, you're that Cast guy, aren't you? Jodo Cast. So he's figured out that this guy is pretending to be Boba Fett. It's not the real. He's not the real Boba Fett. And here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. See, Dengar was like, bad move. Shouldn't have kept me alive there, Cass. But he's this is an inner monologue. He's like, he's not too partial to anyone pointing the blaster at his head. It's this. Since Cass is telling people he's Boba Fett to get the higher bounties, I know someone else who won't be happy. Keep in mind, this is 1+ years after Return of the Jedi, after Boba Fett got dumped into the Sarlacc pit. And I'm one of the few sentients alive who knows how to contact him, in part because he helped save his life after the Sarlacc pit. From Dengar to... So he's like, I'm one of the few sentient beings that knows how to contact him. And it cuts away. Yeah, there's a message being sent out. Message received from Dengar to Sarlacc Food. Your twin spotted again on Fluaka. Time to dump the garbage. Me too. These may be bounty hunters, scum of the earth, operating in the gray area of the law. But yeah, they're still people. They're still sentient beings, if not humans. It's like from Dengar to Sarlacc Food. That part just kills me. I mean, how many people are going to refer to Boba Fett as Sarlacc Food? Probably not too many. Lando Calrissian might be one of them. Or, no, Han Solo, rather. I'm thinking, yeah, Han Solo might be one of them. Oh, Jiminy Cricket. So yeah, so this let's see, a settlement on Nil Dwab. I don't know if that, I guess it's a planet. Never heard of this particular planet before. Got this dude, he's like wreaking havoc, terrorizing this town and everything. And then, yeah, so he's just, he doesn't sound like he's threatening to slaughter them and wipe them out and stuff like that. And then boom, up comes Boba Fett, knocks the guy out pretty handily, takes him down. So apparently this guy was pretending to be some sort of Sith Lord but he wasn't actually Sith. He was using technology to mimic Sith abilities or something. Takes him out. He tells him to pick their profits more carefully. Interesting. So they got this cutscene. He finishes the jobs, flying away. I'd consider giving some of these creds back to their orphanage, but I'm going to need to spend them on my next job. So they try to give him a little bit of a sympathetic side, I guess. I'm not sure. I mean, I guess that makes sense because his father was Jango Fett, and he's actually a clone of Jango Fett. From what I understand, he's not a real Mandalorian. He's not a real Mandalorian, and but I mean, he is an orphan. He was an orphan at a young age. Even though his father, such a weird situation. His father was actually clone. He was actually clone of the guy that was his father. It wasn't like traditional, actual procreation. It's very. It's a unique situation, let's put it that way. Not one that I would ever want to have to deal with. So he is an orphan. So it does, in that sense, it does make sense because he is an orphan. And he watched the fight between Jango and Mace, and it didn't go in Jango's favor. So, yeah, I guess that makes sense. But he's a bounty hunter first, and he's got a job to do and whatnot, and he's got a job lined up, sounds like, and he's going to need the credits to get the job done. So, he's still very much a survivor and whatnot. Let's put it that way. So, interesting. Okay. Pequalis 3 looks like some sort of hoity-toity type of setup. Yeah, big city, prosperous city. This dude's all like the dude in the bandages. He's like, he's looking to hire Jodo Cast, and she's all like, why Jodo Cast? And he's like, because Boba Fett isn't available. Interesting. Okay. So he knows that this wannabe Boba Fett is not in fact Boba Fett. He's in fact Jodo Cast. And his name's Madoc. This guy's name is Madoc. But that's not ringing a bell at all. Interesting. So he has Jodo Cast. I don't know if he's a Mandalorian or what his deal is. Not a clue. Or if he's just some opportunist that stumbled across Mandalorian armor and made it to look like Boba Fett's armor. I got no idea. I'm actually pretty blank on. Oh, you know what? I think that's Boba Fett. Yeah, that's Boba Fett. This dude in the bandages, that's Boba Fett. Yeah, because he's like, he leaves the meeting. He's all in bandages, goes to the ship, and boom, changes. He's all scarred up from those scars are from the Sarlacc. And then boom, he's in his armor, his real armor. That's Boba Fett. And he's looking to hire Jodo Cast as a way to track him down. I think. No, well, yep. I don't know. Okay, so that. Oh, yep. Definitely Boba Fett. He's hanging out with Dengar in a cantina. They're having their conversation. Interesting. So Dengar, they're going back to the Slave One, and they're talking. Dengar's all like, "So did Cass Illic get boobed out by your Garlock scars? Those things will probably never go away. No wonder you never show your face." And then Boba's response is, "This is my face." Very, very enigmatic, to say the least. Boom, boom, boom. This is Star Wars here, folks. This is Star Wars done right. Not this Star Wars Disney woke trash nonsense. Let's see. So he's trying to lure Cass out from Nar Shaddaa to Nal Hutta, where Boba Fett can control the playing field better. So that's why he's trying to hire Jodocast, Jodocast as a way to lure him into a better, more opportunistic playing field. Hold on here. Wait. Okay, so. Interesting. So this Jodocast has got some sort of Imperial shuttle. I don't know how he came across it somehow, but he doesn't have a Slave One type vehicle. He has an Imperial shuttle as his bounty vehicle. Interesting. Very curious. I guess people aren't wondering too much what happened to Slave One. I guess they're not really asking that question. Not looking too close there. Jodocast is having an inner monologue, and he clearly thinks he's better than Boba Fett. And I guess we're about to find out if that's the case. So he's entering into this complex. Boom! The door slams shut behind him. The plot thickens. Things start to rev up here in twin engines of destruction. So he recognizes that these defenses, these traps, they're not Hutt defenses because they're on Nal Hutta. This is an old Hutt fortress that was abandoned by the Hutts, and Boba Fett is using it as the place to confront this guy. So, and the guy Jodocast, he immediately recognizes that these are not Hutt defenses. But, he's wondering if High Crop. I think he's wondering at this point if the people that hired him set him up, maybe, which they didn't. They were unwitting pawns in Boba Fett's plan. Laser webs. So a lot of trouble keeping away. Balls were barely scratched. He loses baby. So apparently, okay. So he does have that concussion missile that's on Boba Fett's backpack. He does have one of those. Apparently, they're pretty expensive and difficult to come by, or something like that. Because he's like, I hate to lose this baby, but he has to because he's in a life and death situation. He has no way out. So he launches the rocket, boom, blows a hole in the ceiling or whatever, uses a jetpack, flies through the hole, flies out. And okay, so he escapes the trap. So he might not be Boba Fett, but he's got some skills apparently. He makes it through the hole using the jetpack, threads the needle. And continues moving forward. They're not Minox, but they're similar enough to Minox or whatever to mistake them as such. They get the jump on them. I don't think they're part of the trap. They're just part of the natural environment. But he takes them out. And oh, wait a minute. So he thinks, okay, so the bounty that he's been given is for one High Crop, and he thinks that he's got the drop on this High Crop fella. So he catches up to him, knocks him down or something. I don't know. Guy falls to the ground. It's like, don't even touch. He thinks it's High Crop, but he gets closer and then disappears. Oh wait, it's a hologram. And then somebody gets the jump on him. Oh look, it's Boba Fett. Boba Fett gets the drop on Jodocast, the wannabe on Boba Fett. Dun, dun, dun. Now, obviously, they're doing some contrast here to separate the two for the moment, at least. So you got Jodocast, he's got the orange look. Boba Fett has the red look. But then over here, they both look reddish. So yeah, it looks like they were playing with the light on this one to help contrast the fact that they're very similar but not the same. Pretty nice touch right there. And Dengar is well, he's doing something here. He's at the very least he's got eyes on the situation because he's watching. Yeah, he's watching on monitors what's going on between Jotocast and Boba Fett. So he's definitely involved, and he's the one that notified Boba Fett of what Jotocast was doing. And Oh, see, yeah. So Jotocast is getting desperate. He's like, Fett, can't we talk about this? You can't kill me. It's against the code. And Boba Fett, his response, I wasn't the first one to break the code. And as Boba Fett says that, Jotocast is doing a little thing with his jetpack, adjusting the thrusters, the angle of the thrusters. Take off the helmet slowly, says Boba Fett. So as he does it, so Jotocast is he's reaching up to take off the helmet, and then he sets off his rocket pack. Boom, right into the chest of Boba Fett. So this guy is, yeah, he's not without skills. He's not necessarily an easy target. The question is he at Boba Fett's level? We're gonna find out here. He actually refers to Boba Fett as a fossil. Apparently nobody ever taught this punk to respect his elders. What can I say? Might be up to Boba Fett to teach him a lesson here. And yeah, he misses, obviously. And this it starts getting a little confusing here. Because let's see. Yeah, he takes a pot shot at Boba Fett. Boba Fett dodges behind the pillar, and then Jotocast takes off trying to escape the little room there to try to like level the playing field, and because Boba Fett has picked this location for the battle, so he knows he needs to change the battlefield, change the playing field in order to have a better chance at winning this confrontation. Boba Fett does this thing, boom, catches him with his grappling hook, pulls him down. This is where it gets confusing. It's kind of difficult to tell who is who. Fight rages on. Now, the one with the jetpack blasting, that's got to be... I'm thinking that's Kodo... I don't know at this point. it's getting confusing. Interesting. But the battle is raging. So Boba Fett, well, as you might expect, Boba Fett wins the fight. Takes down Jotocast. Jotocast is hurting. He's down, incapacitated. Yeah, Boba hit him with a nerve toxin, so the guy's just completely incapacitated. And he's like, you won't be needing this. Rips off his jetpack, tosses it away. And he's like, let's remove this helmet and see who you really are. He wants to know. Boba Fett, this guy's pretending to be him. He wants to know who this guy is. So he takes off the helmet. Interesting. Very, very interesting. And this kid was playing a very dangerous game. And he actually convinced himself that he was better than Boba Fett to begin with. And yeah, so he played a dangerous game. And at this point, he's lost the game. So Boba Fett takes the helmet off. And it's just some kid, and nobody doesn't know who this guy is. And Boba Fett's not happy about it. He's like, if somebody's gonna impersonate me, it better be somebody legendary, somebody with a name. And Boba Fett's pretty pissed off right now. He's like, you're no one, not Dala, not Shaisa, nobody. And the kid can't. He's got the nerve toxin. He can't. He's incapacitated. He's like, can't even talk. Boba Fett's all like, you didn't earn this armor. You didn't earn my reputation. You called me a fossil. If you were going to be me, you should have learned from this fossil. You'll never be me. One of these vials contains the antidote. If you have the power to get it before your rocket pack blows up, you may live. You won't, though. You're not me. Boba is pissed, man. He is pissed. He survived a freaking Sarlacc pit, man. This guy tried to take his name. Like, you better be damn sure you're better than Boba Fett if you're going to take his name. So ends the saga of the man who would be a Boba Fett, huh? That rocket pack trick of his caught you by surprise, didn't it? I'm talking to myself again, aren't I? So why'd you give him a chance to live? I didn't. So he was just screwing with the kid's head, even at the end there. He wasn't about to let the kid live. Jim the Cricket. That's, yeah. So, Boba Fett, don't ever think that he's a hero. Don't ever make the mistake of thinking he's a hero. But, you know, as far as, you know, bounty hunters and that gray area villainy type character, yeah, he's one of the best. Absolutely. But don't ever think that he's a hero. Because, yeah, so he's just screwing the kid's head, giving him false hope, and then boom, kid's rocket pack blows up, buries him under the rubble. He played a dangerous game and he lost permanently. Chakalaka. That is a Star Wars story, folks. That is a Star Wars story. 1997 Dark Horse Comics. Star Wars Boba Fett, Twin Engine of Destruction. 1 year after the Return of the Jedi, after Boba Fett has escaped the Sarlacc pit, as told in the novelization of Bounty Hunters. That was actually a pretty cool story. That's without reading it, every single word and everything. That was actually a pretty cool story. Cautionary tale, to say the least. And brings back, you know, Boba Fett, brings him back to life. After, you know, being swallowed by the Sarlacc pit, and then having the strength of will to finally escape it. If you don't know the story of how Boba Fett escaped the Sarlacc pit, I highly recommend the book. It's a Star Wars Bounty Hunters book. Let me look it up real quick, see if I can get some information on it for anybody that's interested. And I think it was a series of Bounty Hunter books. One of them did focus on Boba Fett escaping the Sarlacc pit. Let me see. Oh wait, Tales of the Bounty Hunters. Tales of the Bounty Hunters. Yeah, I remember that cover. Maybe it was just one book. It might have just been one book. Star Wars Tales of Bounty Hunters. Tales of the Bounty Hunters. Hold on here. Hold on. Yeah, I remember reading this back in the day. It was a fascinating story. I was like, no, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I really did enjoy it. And the last, yeah, it was an anthology. It was an anthology book of the different bounty hunters from The Empire Strikes Back, including the last one standing, Boba Fett. That was the coup de grace for that book, and it was a good one. It was a good story. They actually told the story of how Boba Fett survived the Sarlacc pit and escaped it. And this continues about a year after the Return of the Jedi. I'm trying to see if I can get a little more information on the story, or whatever. But yeah. No, if you by Kevin J. Anderson. That was written by Kevin J. Anderson. Okay, hold on here. Yeah, I'm trying to get a little more information on it. But edited by Kevin J. Anderson. Edited. He's the one that edited it. Yeah, it was an anthology book. 5 short stories about the bounty hunters that were hunting Han Solo specifically in Empire Strikes Back. Including the last one standing, The Tale of Boba Fett. Hold on here. Let me see. I just want to make sure I'm giving you accurate information. Yeah, because it focuses on wait a minute, what? Hold on. Wait a minute, hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. Oh, you know what? So this book was originally considered canon. But then some other stuff came out that, well, like the movie. The movie came out establishing Jango Fett as his father. In reality, he was a clone of Jango Fett. So that actually caused problems with the story, the continuity in this book. So apparently it was originally considered canon, but after Attack of the Clones came out, it was no longer really considered canon. That I did not know. Okay, hold on. But this might not be the one I'm thinking of either, though, because the one I'm thinking of, it actually tells the story of him escaping the Sarlacc pit. But this isn't mentioning the Sarlacc pit. It's given a brief, like, synopsis of what the story's about. The last one standing until Boba Fett. But it's documenting his early life, fixation on and rivalry with Han Solo, establishing his old nemesis Solo end up facing off on Jubilar. Oh, wait a minute. Jango Fett opens it in. Okay, so originally it was considered canon, but then superseded with the release of Star Wars Episode 2. But then there was Jango Fett Open Season and the new essential guided characters that fixed the continuity problem with the number of retcons. And while it's still part of the Star Wars Legends continuity, Last One Standing has been marginalized by a number of the works. Interesting. Okay, but I don't think this is the one I'm thinking of, though. I don't think this is it because it's not mentioned in the Sarlacc pit. Now, maybe there was another book. Hold on. Boba Fett escapes the Sarlacc pit. I know I read this. I was very interested in the story while I was reading it, and I'm surprised nobody. This doesn't seem to be like common information, even though I mean it's in the books. Hold on, let me do something here. This came up on a live stream for another channel. I put the information out there. I don't think anybody paid attention to it, and maybe they didn't believe me. I don't know. But hold on here. So yeah, he did escape the Sarlacc pit. I can tell you that much. When is this? This is from. It doesn't have a date on it. May 30. That's right. That's yeah. I don't think that's the date for the article. I know. I read the book where he escaped the Sarlacc pit. I read the book, but where's the? What? Oh man, this is I'm becoming slightly obsessed with this at this point because I know I read the book. Read the story. He escaped the Sarlacc pit. He was under the influence of the hypnotic toxins that the Sarlacc exuded. His strength of will, he overcame the hallucinations and was able to. I'm not gonna say a whole lot more than that. But he did escape. I could have sworn it was that. I could have sworn it was this Tales of the Bounty Hunters. I could have sworn that was it. But here's the thing. Here's the problem. It's not. looking at this one, this gives a description of the last one standing, the Tale of Boba Fett, which is in that book. And it's not saying anything about the Sarlacc. Which is kind of a big, kind of a big deal regarding Boba Fett. So if it was in here, I would think that they would describe, at least mention the Sarlacc bit, and they're not doing it. And the reason we're talking about this is because we just went over Boba Fett: Twin Engines of Destruction, which is actually a pretty good comic book story. Actually, I enjoyed that one. I did. I enjoyed it. Back when, what was it, 1997, I think, Dark Horse Comics. In January 1997. Even in that time period, they still put out a good Star Wars story. And I'm getting slightly obsessed because I know I read the book, and I wanna be able to definitively say this is the book where Boba Fett escapes the Sarlacc. And because I know I read it, I know it happened in the books, and I want to be able to point people to it. Oh, Jimmy Cricket, where is this stupid thing? I'm a little shocked that so few people seem to know about it, because it's such a big deal regarding the mythology of Boba Fett. I might have to look this up on my spare time, trying to find a definitive find out for sure if that was the right book. Wait, what was this one? Bounty Hunter Wars. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to just look this up in my spare time. Jimmy Cricket. Because in The Mandalorian, they brought back Boba Fett. And everybody's wondering, like, how did he escape the Sarlacc pit? Well, it's in one of the books. The story is told in one of the books of how he escaped it. And nobody seems to know about it. It's like, I feel like I'm the only one that knows about it. I feel like I'm in this weird alternate dimension that I'm the only person that read the book. This is kind of like... But the story's out there. The story was written. The story was it was put into a book, an actual canon type book and everything. They're implying that the Krayt Dragon actually ate a Sarlacc. That's not what happened in the book, though. Wow, you know, I'm gonna have to do some research on this, guys, because apparently I'm the only one that's ever read this book, or at least remembers it. I know it existed. I know it exists because I read it. But the book doesn't say anything about what they're talking about here. And I don't remember that happening in the movie. I think this guy's just putting out like a theory or something like that. That's not what happened in the book that I read. How does nobody know about the book? Oh, I'm so confused. How is... Like, seriously, I feel like I somehow got slipped into like a freaking alternate reality tear and, you know, space-time continuum. Like I'm from like a different dimension at this point. I'm like seriously, apparently I'm the only one that's ever read this book. It's like, I know this is talking about the comic books. Hold on here. I was talking about the comic books. Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. So this article is talking about the comic books. Wait a minute. That is okay. So apparently, oh my lord, are you serious with this? So this comic book gives its own version of events where Boba Fett escapes the Sarlacc, but that's not what I read in the book. I am pretty certain that this comic book took place way after the book. Revenge of Tag and Blink, a short comic in Star Wars Tale number 12? Wait a minute. Star Wars Tale number 12, 1999. Really? Published in, wait a minute. Why does it say 1999 and published in 2000? What? If this is even the same one, it's not saying anything about Boba Fett here. It does say Legends. Oh, are you kidding me with this? You wouldn't think it would be this difficult to find information in the modern internet era, but sometimes this stuff is just almost non-existent. Wait a minute. Okay, so it does mention Sarlacc with tagging Bink. It doesn't mention Boba Fett, but those are the characters in the story with the Sarlacc and Boba Fett. So this was published in 2012. This was definitely after the book that I read. I don't know, man. I don't know. And it's kind of a goofy looking Darth Vader. What is going on with that? I think I'm going to have to do a little bit of independent research here, folks, because this is, well, for starters, it's a little bit fuddling. Plus, I know I'm not imagining things. I know I read the book and it had this story of Boba Fett escaping the Sarlacc pit, and it was a way better story than what they're telling in Star Wars Tales. So I'm not sure I consider this to be canon here. Like, what? It's just lame. That's a lame story. The story that I read in the book format it was a pretty epic story. And nobody seems to remember this book. What is going on with this? Jam the cricket. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna have to. I'm gonna have to do a little independent research. This is now this comic book, Star Wars comic book popped up. It's I didn't realize just how elusive this book really was. The story in this book. Yeah, it's time for me to see if I can find some information on it. Because this one's from 1997. This is from 1997. This is, at this point, it seems like it's been established that he did survive the Sarlacc, even though it doesn't. So I'm thinking that book had to be pre-1997. Oh my lord, this is just so perplexing to say the least. Let's go. When was that? Hold on, when was this book? 1996, yes. This particular book, The Tales of the Bounty Hunters, was 1996. This was 1997. I could have sworn The Tales of the Bounty Hunters, I could have sworn that was the one where that told the story of Boba Fett escaping the Sarlacc. Oh man, I gotta do some research. Because I know I'm not imagining things, I'm not making this up. Man's reputation matters, you know. I'm putting it out there, and I'm telling you, I read this book, I read this story. It's not that comic book story from Dark Horse. it's the fact that nobody seems to know about it. At least nobody that's making articles about it and stuff like that. Not even the Wikipedia, like the Wikipedia type stuff. Nobody seems to know about it. Nobody seems to know about it. Somebody was asking the question on Friday Night Tights live stream last year, and I put a super chat out saying it was in a book. This book told the story of Boba Fett leaving the Sarlacc pit, escaping the Sarlacc pit. It was completely ignored. My super chat was completely ignored. Nobody talked about it. I'm not sure even anybody even cared. Even though somebody brought it up. I think somebody else brought up the question in a super chat because they were talking about something about Boba Fett and the Sarlacc pit. Somebody asked the question in super chat. I sent my super chat as a response. They read the other one, so the question was out there on air. But I'm telling you, man, I read the book. I read the story. He was in the Sarlacc pit. The Sarlacc pit's got the like the hallucinogenic neurotoxins. It traps its victims. It's there's like this goopy stuff. There might be like tentacles or something. I don't remember for sure, but at the very least, there was like the natural goopy stuff that it oozed out, and it it was like a fly trap type deal or something like that. And he was hallucinating. But his strength of will was so strong that he was able to fight the hallucinogenic properties of the neurotoxin. And also, it was partial. It would paralyze people, so they couldn't move. So he's able to overcome the hallucinations and the paralysis. He's able to activate a thermal detonator and somehow get it far enough away from his body to where it caused catastrophic damage to the internal part of the Sarlacc pit. But he was able to survive the blast. And because of the nature of the inside of the Sarlacc, it ate through his armor, stuff like that. That's where he got all the scars from. He was in there for a while. Like, he was in there long enough to sustain damage. Some pretty heavy, at least superficial damage on the surface of his body and everything, if nothing else. But he was able to overcome the hallucinogenic properties, and I'm pretty sure he killed the Sarlacc in the process. Blew a hole in it, giant hole, survived the blast, climbed out. Dengar found him somehow. I don't remember the specific details. Man, I gotta find this book. I've got to find this book. Just so two reasons. Number one, prove I'm not crazy. Number two, prove that what I'm saying actually happened. Dang it, man, this is gonna drive me nuts. I almost regret going through this now, because now it's like it's brought that back to the forefront of my mind and everything. Now I'm gonna be at least slightly obsessed with it until I figure it out. So I'm trying to keep from getting any more obsessed. The best way to do that is find the book, find the stupid book. Damn it, cricket, man. I used to have so many books. You know what? Oh man, dude. I do have some books on me, but I don't. They're new. I think they're newer books. Oh my gosh, man. I've lost some stuff. I have lost some stuff over the years. I'm pretty sure I lost that book. That sucks. Because if I still had it in my possession, it would be a little bit easier to solve the mystery, solve the riddle. Jimmy Cricket. Well, I'm gonna have to do some independent research here. On that note, I think it's about time to wrap up this stream here. There you have it. Aliens versus Predator versus, what was it, Spawn versus Boba Fett versus Jodo Cast, Boba Fett wannabe, Twin Engines of Destruction. Overall, some pretty good stuff. The Aliens versus Predator was okay. It was standard stuff, nothing groundbreaking. It was just an excuse to get Aliens versus Predator comic book on the stands as a one shot and whatnot. Literally just pretty much just copy and paste for the most part regarding Aliens and Predator mythology at that point. So it was okay. Nothing crazy. And then the Spawn stuff, it was entertaining. The second one that we went through, number 13, Definitely more intriguing than number 11. Number 11 was kind of just a filler story more than anything else, as far as I could tell. But number 13 had some interesting stuff there, and actually makes me kind of want to see if I got more issues in my collection. If not, pick up some back issues and everything. And then, yeah. Star Wars Boba Fett, Twin Engines of Destruction. This was back when they still made good Star Wars stories. And unfortunately, it's not in the best condition. Definitely some sort of water damage or something like that. But hey, at least I got it. I've got it in my collection. I can always, I didn't read it word for word. I can always, when I get the time, sit back and read it from cover to cover. That would be fun, in my humble opinion. But let's go ahead and put it in storage here for the time being. Keep it from getting any more damaged at least. Because this is proof that once upon a time they did make good Star Wars stories. Let alone comic books. Boom shakalaka. And there you have it. Star Wars Boba Fett Twin Engines of Destruction, bagged and board and ready for storage. That was a pretty good story. This was a good one. It really was. I enjoyed it. It's a good old classic Star Wars. None of this modern Disney nonsense. It's a fun read. Touched on, it's focused heavily on, directly on Boba Fett. Touched on the whole Sarlacc pit thing, which is raising questions. I know I read the book. I know I read the story of him escaping. And there doesn't seem to be any information about it on the internet, which is just mind-boggling. Like how does an entire book just disappear like that? I have no idea. Especially being Star Wars. It's Star Wars. Why would anybody try to cover up Star Wars? It's a question. It's a question. I don't know if it's a good question or a bad question, but it's a question. It's like, and I want to know. I know I didn't imagine it. I want to prove that this book exists. So I think I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna make the time to do some independent research, see if I can find this stupid book, so I can prove to people that this story was written and it exists. And somebody did in fact answer the question: how did Boba Fett escape the Sarlacc pit? It's out there, folks. I am telling you. If you don't believe me, do your own search. Do your own find it. If you can find it, let me know. Leave a comment down below. Hey, I found the book. I found the story. I found the answer. I want to know. Dang it, Jimmy Cricket, man. Okay, it's just crazy that with modern internet, it's so difficult to find information sometimes. I can't believe it. Well, here you go. Hope you enjoyed this House of G. I had fun. Happy Monday to you. Happy Memorial Day. Thank you for, you just pay respects to those that, that are no longer with us. And, their sacrifice has made, this country possible. Let's put it that way. Doggy. So, hope you have yourself a good day there. Great day. Fantastic day. Enjoy it. Enjoy your day off. Just make sure you remember why this day exists, why this holiday exists. And with that, have a fantastic Memorial Day. And this has been another House of G, speaking into the void.